where does the name Gus and Andy's come from?
Okay, so to start on that, to not confuse anybody, birth name for me is Andrew. Birth name for my brother is Constantine. That stems from our Greek heritage.
Okay, so what inspired you guys to open this restaurant?
It was kind of a family business. We grew up in the restaurant. My father, Tom, he got a restaurant up in Santa Clarita, Newhall area.
When was Gus and Andy's first conceived? Because I know from you guys that the runway to get this launched has been long.
So
what day is it?
Is that the restaurant specific or a family heritage?
Let's say both.
Okay, so Gus and Andy's, the name, like I said, initially comes from our grandparents. And to give you a little background on that, as my brother touched on, we've been in the restaurant business from my great grandfather since for the last 80 years.
Jim Stefanovic. If you Google his name, I think, don't quote me on this, I think the Polish sausage should pop up.
He's the one that brought it to Chicago.
Twins.
Yeah, he's the one that brought it to Chicago, and we still have a hot dog stand out there. My uncle Jim, who is actually named after him, is the one who runs it, but it's still in our family.
What is it about Montrose that attracted you? Why choose this area to open a restaurant?
The community, and then also we were born right up the street. We were born at Verdugo Hills Hospital, and we grew up in La Cañada, and so this was our first home. And then our restaurant we had out in Valencia is what moved us out there.
But it's good to be back.
But yeah, exactly. It's good to be back.
It's very neighborhood-like. There's businesses up and down the street, as we've seen a couple passerbys, and it's a place we can call home. It's definitely family-oriented.
So speaking about the community, how do you plan on staying involved in the community, being part of the community?
So we've always supported high schools, athletic organizations.
Even up there at the other restaurant, we were down the street from Hart High School. So we supplied breakfast burritos, food for them, and all their sports. And we touched on football advertisement, gymnastics. If somebody came in and asked, "Hey, would you, buy a quarter page for our yearbook?"
Absolutely.
It was yeah.
And the high schools.
And the high schools. We graduated from St. Francis, as you did. So that's a big heart type deal. So we're Greek Orthodox. We have St. Anthony's Church in Pasadena. Mm-hmm. We have St. Sophia as well, as well as our alma mater and the local schools as well. Not just them, everybody.
I think that's like an ode to St. Francis.
This one goes out to Coach Halleck and Eli Halleck and Gino Altobelli is our breakfast burrito, and that goes for the whole St. Francis football staff as well.
So after St. Francis, you guys then went to a school that's known for football a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Depends on who you ask.
Tell us about that.
So we went to a little town, a little place called Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yeah, that was a fun experience. We went out there originally for football, fell in love out there on a campus tour, and it was a great experience. We're big out here for football. Size-wise, and we got small out there.
We got dwarfed out there for sure.
But it was a great experience, and those virtues and
the coaching
is very similar.
The life lessons that you learn out there, similar to what we picked up at St. Francis, playing football out there too. Dad just wanted us to go out and get the experience, whether we, didn't matter where we went, but. The being out there in the South has a big impact on who we are. There's some touches on that on the menu, as well as the food incorporation as well.
What would you say sets Gus and Andy's apart from other restaurants that you do?
No, I'll take that one. That's going to be our Santa Maria style grill in our kitchen. So a big part of that, how we incorporated that. So my father Tom and my younger brother, he's 23. They all went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, so the Santa Maria area up there. We fell in love with tri-tip. We've always had a keen taste for that red meat and the way it's done, and the flavor that the wood brings to it. It's not a smoker. It's a live fire, and you get that, and that's our focal point. That's what makes us different, especially in the area.
What sort of things can people expect to be eating here?
So we're going to do American-style food. Like I said, that focal point is going to be that wood fire grill, the Santa Maria-style grill. All our proteins are going to be the tri-tip. We have pork belly, chicken, fish. As far as alcohol goes, if something's not what they want, then okay, we can adjust to it accordingly.
Exactly.
And
if you come in and call for something and we don't have it, I may not have it tomorrow.
Sometimes
I'll work on it and get it in here the best I can.
Let's go. And then our signature cocktails, all of them are really, really good.
So what do you know about the history of this location? Given that Rocky Cola Cafe was such a staple of this community.
So Rocky Cola?
Yeah, knows it as Rocky Cola, or it used to be Rocky Cola. But before that, it used to be a pharmacy drugstore. And we got pictures on the wall. I believe we have pictures of both. And just the age of the building. And the clock out front is
a big staple. We're the face of Montrose. We got that neon. That kind of, we're not a diner, but we're paying tribute to what was here.
Okay, so what advice would you give to someone who's starting their own business?
That there's two pains in life: the pain of failure and the pain of regret. I can give it my all and fail and know I gave it my all, versus stop halfway and never know. I'm okay with the failure at 100% versus 50% and regretting.
How do you divvy up the workload as owners of a restaurant?
Just like we are here. It's question answer.
So with obviously there's going to be I'll use the word cross training, but as of right now I'll be handling the alcohol side of things and the bar side of things, and I think he's got the kitchen covered.
I got the kitchen in the front of the house as far as our cashiers and expos go. That's a huge passion of mine. I always like to say, anybody who knows me, you put me in the kitchen, I'll give you something you're satisfied with, or or otherwise, you're not going to leave my place hungry or disappointed.
I mean, I think that really wraps up all the questions I had. I want to know, where can people follow you, find you on social media?
So Gus and Andy's, we got Gus and Andy's on Instagram, Facebook, and our email is if you guys want to contact us, office@gusandandys.com is the easiest. It goes to my cell phone, his cell phone.
Thank you for doing this interview.
Yeah, of course.
Much appreciated.